Aquila is the newest roller coaster in the world and the first new roller coaster to open in 2025. It's a launched Vekoma family thrill coaster and it's based at Mandoria in Poland and opened last weekend, the 19th of January. And with Mandoria being an indoor theme park, this roller coaster is entirely enclosed indoors. It's based right at the back of the park and the presentation as you approach it already gives a magnificent first impression. With a really nice entrance, there's a statue to the right and also an awesome wave turn which goes over the entrance, and this is probably the only clear glimpse of the roller coaster you get before you enter the queue line. You begin with a really nicely themed queue line which has been built for capacity and seems to have a medieval knight style theme as you walk through an armory with swords and bow and arrows on the wall. There's cannonballs, knight's armor, all that sort of thing. Then as you go up the stairs into the station itself, behind you have this awesome projection on the wall behind you and also another glimpse of the roller coaster, and of these there are very few and far between, so you really don't know what you're getting yourself into before you get to the station. And it's worth noting as well, the station itself also really nicely themed. You do feel like you're kind of inside a medieval castle, which is awesome. You then board the standard Vekoma family train. So these are just like the junior boomerangs you've been on many other junior coasters, with the low front and side, a simple lap bar. They're very exposed, very comfortable. The perfect trains for this sort of roller coaster experience. And let's be straight, this is not the easiest roller coaster to film off-ride or on-ride. So I'm going to do my best to talk you through the layout while we play the POV, because admittedly a lot of it is just in darkness. You exit the station into an LIM launch, and I'll be honest, it surprised me to find out this was a magnetic launch because it does feel like a tyre launch on ride. I don't know if that's just me, but it has that kind of that slightly chugging nature. But despite being quite a gradual launch, it still has a nice punch to it. You then head upwards into a turnaround which banks you to the right and then swoops straight back down. And towards the back of the train, you get a really nice pop of airtime here, followed by being pinned back into your seat as the train really picks up pace. You head straight up into a fairly shallow double up, which is nice, and then into an S-bend with some really whippy transitions. And it's worth stressing the way this coaster is paced, you do switch between positive and negative forces quite swiftly, so you're constantly kind of off balance, and I think that's awesome for a coaster that's aimed at such a broad market. You then head into a right-hand turn before swooping up into probably the major element of the ride, which is the wave turn above the entrance. And this is awesome. You get a really nice lift out of your seat here, and then the head chopper effect as you dive back into the darkness. Another tight right-hand helix follows before you sweep left and right for some more whippy transitions. Final left helix and then back into the station. However, it doesn't stop here because then you glide through the station, hit the launch section again and go round for another go. The pacing on this coaster is fantastic. From the moment you drop off of that overbank turn, it does not let up. And Aquila's advertised top speed is only 43.5 miles an hour, yet despite that, it feels so much quicker. And I think that just might be the proximity to elements with it being an indoor coaster and mostly being taken in the dark. So your perception of speed is heightened slightly. The standout moments for me are the drop off of that overbank turn at the start, the awesome wave turn halfway through, and just those whippy S-bend transitions, which are quite sort of reminiscent of the last sections of Nafina Force over at Emerald Park if you've ridden that. Despite that being an inverted coaster, it still has that kind of slalom type feel to it. But honestly, as a complete package, I think this is about as close to a perfect family thrill coaster as you're going to get. And the only real minor complaint I have is that you do slow down quite a bit as you sail through the station going into the second launch. I think if they kept the pace up there, this would be basically perfect with no dead spots whatsoever. Overall, Vekoma and Mandoria have delivered an absolutely wonderful attraction here. A ride that is suitable for young riders, yet will still satiate thrill seekers like me. The pacing is exceptional, it doesn't let up at all, and I could think of a whole host of parks that would really benefit from a roller coaster like this. Just here in the UK alone, I mean, you have the obvious family parks like Drayton Manor, Paulton's Park could really benefit from these, but also I think Flamingo Land have the gap in their lineup for a family thrill coaster. And even if Project Horizon at Alton Towers ever happens, I would not be upset at all if we ended up getting one of these. It really is that good. So it's well worth spending a day at Mandoria, which is Europe's largest indoor theme park, by the way, to get a few laps on this brilliant little coaster. In fact, I feel that once a few more people have gotten to ride this, it may turn into one of the sleeper hits of 2025. And it's a fantastic start to the year for coaster enthusiasts like us. So if you've had a chance to go out and ride Aquila yet, then let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you haven't, are you excited to ride it? Subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.